Evening again, y'all. Sorry it's been a while since I've made a video. I've been rather busy. I just graduated college and I'm now in the real world looking for a job. So that's where I've been all this time. But I figured since I had a little spare time today, I'd answer a few more questions, and I've been getting a lot of feedback about wanting more words and whatnot, so I guess I'll try to do that for you as well. But I've really enjoyed getting to know a couple of y'all. To those who have been sending me personal messages, it's been nice. And I really do enjoy getting to know people from all over the place. I think it's one of the best things that we can do as a world. It helps us understand each other better, and helps us realize that even though we're from different places and with different cultures and backgrounds, we could all get along and, be friends. And I've really enjoyed it. So, here's a few words before I answer some of the questions. Southern people, in general, when they say a word that ends with an ing, we usually cut that off and abbreviate it. So instead of getting, we'd be say getting, and we'd say instead of going somewhere, we'd say I'm going, and instead of it's raining, it's raining. So all words with an ing are cut off at the end, more or less. I gave y'all in my first video a few words like yont to, yona, getting, going. Yont to and yona are words like do you want to, meaning that's yont to. Yont to, do you want to? But one word I didn't explain was wanna. Wanna is another way of saying do you want to. It's like you wanna go somewhere. So basically the Southern accent is just a bunch of abbreviations and made up words that I've noticed a lot, and you can take it for what it is. I mean, most of the Southern settlers, or the Southerners that live in the Carolinas and in Virginia and West Virginia and Tennessee, and even going down into Georgia, and even some in Alabama, most of the settlers were Scot-Irish. So the Southern accent originates from the Scottish and Irish accents. So we have, in a sense, I guess you can say the accents are a lot alike. Maybe not in the way they sound, but the way we handle words. But yeah, that was the question that was asked, was where exactly the Southern accent was originated. And that's just one place. The Southern accent of Louisiana, the Cajun accent, is a mix of Southern French and Creole. And, I can't mock it, or I'd give you an example of it, but it's pretty. I think the Cajun accent's pretty. As mentioned before, my accent is the Appalachian Southern accent, which is found in western North Carolina, Virginia, Tennessee, and West Virginia. And I've even gotten a few comments saying that this accent can be found in Kentucky and Mississippi and Oklahoma. So, it's widespread. I know a couple of my relatives live down in South Carolina, and they live near Sherrill and Chesterfield, and their accent is more of the Scarlett O'Hara, Southern Belle sort of accent, and it's really pretty too. If any of y'all are wondering how that one sounds, let me see if I can pull it out for you. It's, instead of talking like this, they kind of have a slower talk, and it's kind of high in the voice, and it goes sort of like this. My aunt talks like this, and my great-grandmother talked like this before she died. But that's sort of the Chesterfield Sherrill accent from what I've heard. Other words are doggone, meaning I'm having a doggone good time, which is having a great time. We also say I best be, which meaning is we use that phrase when we say I need to go somewhere, so it'd be like I best be getting home or I best be getting to work. It's sort of like, you know, I'm enjoying our conversation right now, but I have to go somewhere. And it's sort of like the polite way to say, excuse me, I need to head out. If you ever hear this phrase, you'll know that a Southern person is about to be saying something not so charming. It's, I love them to death, but it means you're going to say something bad about somebody. So let's say I'd be like, I love Shannon to death, but she talks way too much. So it's kind of a contradiction in a sense. But yeah, that's a couple of sayings and phrases and words. I got a couple more questions, and if I can find them real fast, I wrote them down so I know exactly what to talk about. Oh yeah, one question that I got through my inbox was, why do Southerners get offended when they're called a redneck? Well, some Southerners don't get offended, but personally I do whenever I get called a redneck, because it's in the sense of being called a hillbilly. And even though I talk the way I talk, and I'm from the place where I'm from, I'm an educated person, and I don't appreciate being called a redneck, because it's, in a sense, it's degrading. And most Southerners would agree. So, and the word redneck comes from, even though the word redneck is not a degrading word, it wasn't supposed to be, it comes from history when Southerners would be working out in fields all day and their back of their necks would get red. So that's how that word came around, but it's been twisted and reworked to be a word that's not meant to compliment. So that's where that word's from. I got another message on my, I think it was the second video that I made, about the cultural values of Southern men. I'm not a Southern man, but I know Southern men well, and I will say that Southern men are good men. They're raised to be gentlemen, meaning most Southern men I know open doors for women. They'll say yes ma'am, no sir. But that's just the culture in general. We're raised to be polite. And so it's kind of what our grandparents and our parents teach us to do and how to act. But most Southern men in general, North Carolina and most Southern states are religious, hence the term Bible Belt. We're not as intense as people would think we are. But most Southern men, you know, attend a service every week. Southern men are very outdoorsy. They tend to spend a lot of their time outside and come in at nighttime. Southern men have, as I said, they're very polite. It's in our culture to go hunting, so Southern men will hunt. They're just, in general, they're just outdoorsy fellas. And that's that, I guess. I can't really explain more about the Southern men unless you ask me specific questions, but I hope that helped, and I hope this video kind of makes up for my lack of posting in quite a while. So y'all enjoy it, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.